All right.
All right.
I've hit
What
recording.
are we?
Let's go.
How's your day been, mate?
It's actually a fairly busy one, but it wasn't bad. How was yours?
Yeah, good.
I really like don't think about. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, not even thinking about fantasy because my team's just so shit. And now
If you
this is my
guys,
switch.
yeah, it looks like a few guys are the the trades this week are a bit of a tough one. A few people are saying so. I
Okay,
kind of tend to agree.
okay. I'm keen to get into that because I literally don't know what they are.
Well, it's interesting. The top, so well, obviously Caldwell is the one that we probably should speak about.
Yes.
Um,
I mean, that's just pretty fucked, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, he
So what do
averaged like
you?
115 for me. He's back straight back in next year, but I can see why that would have fucking
Yeah,
stung.
yeah. I mean, I
He's
don't
stinking
think
up a
anyone's
bit. He was
no one's
stinking
too
it up.
upset in terms of yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a tough one.
I mean, obviously he has to go. Um, so is that your most traded in? Is that George Stevens topping that?
Yeah,
Fuck me.
which is
Once again,
pretty rogue.
me and rookies just don't listen to it. I mean, he was very good. I just feel like Baz comes back in. He doesn't have that role into the vest and into the VFL. Um, but he dominated, so
Yeah,
who am I to argue?
I assume these next two are the main two guys that people are moving Caldwell to. Not sure how many
Yeah, okay.
Caldwell's
Well,
5K people have moved Caldwell. So yeah, Merritt and Goulden are the next two.
that's interesting because I'm confident, I'm strong on my number one option for that in the midfield being Butters this week. Like I've
Strong.
got, yeah, I'm strong. I like it.
Yeah,
I mean, you
Eagles
look at
this
it,
week.
yeah, but you look at it, all right. His past five fixtures, GWS got tagged by Bedford hard, 104. Melbourne, not sure if you got tagged, 97. Sydney, you got a Jordan tag, 107. Carlton, assuming it was another tag, 79. And then you had Brisbane, 119. That's about as hard as five fixtures could get. Now you go West Coast. Haw- at, so Adelaide technically is a tough fixture, but I think if they don't tag him, like that's probably the biggest thing for Butters, right? He just scored 120 against Brisbane.
Yeah,
So in the Eagles, Hawks, Adelaide, Geelong, Freo, like, and he ends in the final round with the Gold Coast. I don't know. I like it.
yeah. I think for the price, it's pretty good. It's a good
Well,
one to go down to.
like obviously I like Errol too, but the price difference there. So and then you've got Merritt v Butters at the same price, and I'm just scared shitless about the tags coming up for Merritt.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, obviously they got Richmond, but then it's GWS, which is a guaranteed hard tag into the Dogs who are hard into Sydney, probably Jordan. So that's three fixtures where you know maybe he's back to his best and can fight to 100 through there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm Butters over Merritt, and then I'm Butters for the value too.
yeah.
But
Over
he's in for
Errol.
me. Yeah. Well, because
Errol
Errol's got
next
a
week
tag.
is
Errol against North, yeah, I like it. But Errol's tag watch this week as well. It'll
yeah.
be interesting. And I'd like to just see
So
one more week, but you can do it. I'm not going to tell anyone
um,
they can't do Errol.
we've also got Colby and McRae in there.
Mm.
Would you still
Think
go
for
Colby? I probably I don't know.
850k. Nah, because the top six defenders are too good. So when Colby was value, I got it. But nah,
Yeah,
it's a fun.
but
Well, I mean, he's averaging over 100, and it seems like he's going to keep that role. So yeah, no,
man,
you can do it.
they
He's
play
got a low
Melbourne
squad of
this week.
100. Yeah,
I reckon
but it
that could be
sounds
another
like he's
ton.
training in defence. So well, obviously there's a bit more risk there, but No, you know you
Hmm.
can get Colby. No, that's completely fair.
And then McRae, obviously,
Yeah, no,
is
bit of a no-brainer in
yeah,
the forward line.
yeah.
Like it's not exciting.
Um, Whitfield. So Mark in the
Hmm.
chat reckons Whitfield over Merritt or Butters for sure. He genuinely prefers a DPP, prefers DPP swinging a defender into the mids to get him.
I I am Butters over Whitfield this week. That's me personally. Who'd they have? I remember, yeah, Geelong. I mean, Geelong do give up
Yeah, Geelong.
scores, but like, yeah, I don't know. Coming in off 2 weeks off concussion, and his role had been like kind of floating about. He had been back
Yeah,
down back, but it wasn't
yeah,
like he's been safe
mm,
locked into that. They have flipped it
no,
around,
absolutely.
but
Yeah, I was going to mention that as well. Like coming,
because yes, he had
obviously,
that
he's been
20.
great most of the year, but a couple of these scores were that
Well,
I could have sworn this was the half forward
yeah, well, so
role. So
listen, after round six, right? 107, 103, it's okay. 92, 86, shit house. Then a couple 120s, nice. Then 80, 111, 86, 111, and then the injury. So
mm,
he's been like 100 guy since like that first 6 weeks where he was just full taking the piss.
yeah,
But you can also get Whitfield too. Like, no issues there.
yeah,
I'm chasing Butters v West Coast though.
yeah, that's fair. And then you got Bont, Shanahan, and Steele. Oh, and Martin's in there as well.
Yeah. I think also what I like to it's a bit of it's got to be a bit of personal preference too. Like we play the
Yeah,
game for fun. Like pick the bloke, like Whitfield, Butters, I mean even Merritt, like Goulden, they're all guns. So,
mm,
I pick the bloke you want to go for as well. Bond is maybe I want to say he's one level below the others, but it's hard to say that for a guy who knocks up 120s like he does.
yeah,
So, like, yes, he goes Adelaide, Brisbane, couple hard fixtures, then he goes into Essendon, but he averages 111 versus Adelaide,
I mean,
and then
him and Dawson
103
will probably
versus
go head to
Brisbane.
head.
That's one where they'll go Bon on Dawson. Yeah, you're right. And they probably
One of the
both go
greats.
130. Bit
Yeah,
of Dangerfield Fife vibes.
yeah,
So,
um,
yes, Bonto. I mean, how do you split these guys, really?
yeah. Martin's an interesting one, I suppose. With that,
100,
obviously, could
100%.
you?
I stand by what I said last week because there's old Sam in the chat was pretty vocal that he had spoken about Martin and he'd been told no. He was going JHF to Jack Martin, which is where I was like, I don't like. I still sit here and think that's a downgrade to your team. I think it makes your team worse. Yes, it freed up a couple hundred K. Jack Martin could drop a 40 at the drop of a hat,
Mm,
and I wouldn't
yeah,
blink an eye. I wouldn't be surprised at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Um, like the matchup worked last week. But then there was another guy who asked, he said, I'm short on cash, trying to make my last upgrade, Martin or Curtin. Well, if you don't have the cash and you have to shop in that area, then, I didn't mind Martin. Or if you're going F7 as a loop, then I don't mind
Mm,
it either because he's going to make you some cash and it's safer looping him. But if we're talking
yeah,
about downgrading someone on field to Martin to free up cash, I'm off that. I don't like that.
yeah. Okay.
Is where I'm at with Jackie. What are your thoughts?
Mm. Yeah, no, tend to agree. I don't mind the idea of him being a 23rd the 23rd man loop option, but
Hmm.
it's like, I mean,
Like,
I
what
could do
would
that this week,
what's
but like,
interesting? Okay, let's just say hypothetically, you're looping JHF and Jack Martin, and JHF goes 81. Are you taking it on with Jack Martin, or are you taking the
yeah,
80?
no, no, I don't know. Yeah,
Is it
probably take
like
the
you don't
80.
know? And then imagine you take it on with Jack Martin, he goes like 50.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's dangerous games, but look, he's got to be
yeah,
an
it is.
option. He's cheap.
I agree. Would you go Horn and Goulden in or Taranto and Whitfield? Taranto's a real green run, but it's Tim Taranto. Will he try after three-quarter time?
No. We're not getting Taranto in.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
And you need to fill out your forward line. So, yep,
I
Horn
I had
Gordon.
Taranto earlier in the season, and he did have a fairly decent run, and he still didn't really produce that
I
well
mean,
because of that. Yeah,
if
that's
you've been
tendency to
listening,
drop off in the second half.
if you've been listening to the podcast, it's not three-quarter time; it's half time.
Yeah, yeah. It's grim.
It's a hard watch. I think.
In terms of like for the rest of the season, have you got any predictions around like who might be the
I
sort of top guys?
remember we did that at halfway last year, and I think I nailed one and got the other two just fucking
Yeah,
horribly wrong.
we might have to do it on Sunday night.
Yeah, I'd have to have a look at it. Top two guys that well, like Butters is one. Butters is one that I'm hot on. We'll find out if that was right or not. I could see him putting together like a month where he averages 120.
Mm. What does everyone else in the chat think? Who's going to be the like
Throw him in. I don't know if I
top
lock
three
him in
guys?
Butters. Uh,
Man, I tell you, I reckon this bloke could be up there.
okay. I tell you who is guaranteed to be there. Max Gorn. Listen to this. So he's got X this week, right? After X,
Mm,
he goes TDK, Marshall, who I feel like, I mean, doesn't he just bleed points? Like Miki just went 140.
mm,
West Coast,
mm.
Bulldogs, Timmy English. Like that's his. So he's got just the ultimate ruck run for a month there. Like Gorn averages 120 in that stretch. So
Yeah, Mark, you could
people
you could
playing
do it that
around,
way, mate.
the people playing around
Sorry.
with that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, fade position. I like that. Yeah, well, Gorn's definitely there for me. Um, Forward line,
Naz.
I want to kind of make it sneaky. What's going on with Nick Martin? Geelong are coming. Oh, like Brian Myers has got to be up there, but he's not going to be number
It's a
F1.
no-brainer. It's Bailey Smith.
Oh yeah, it is.
Might be Goulden, to be honest, for the midfield.
I don't know
They
why.
have a few fucking nice fixtures in there.
Yeah, no, Golden's
Another
completely
question:
fair.
Lloyd or Mitchell? Lloyd or Mitchell and Callahan? Thoughts? Lloyd or Mitchell and Callahan? Lloyd.
Tom Mitchell, I'm assuming that is. In which case, let George go ahead and get Tom Mitchell. I don't think anyone else needs to bring in Tom Mitchell. He's been good for us, but there's just no like he's not. This is not old Tom Mitchell, where yes, he averages 115 against everyone he's got coming up, but that was as the ultimate pig. Now he's
Oh man, Mitchell
almost
could get subbed.
he's almost like a role player though, because you got Dacos running about there.
Mm,
No. We're not getting Tom Mitchell. Callahan though. Oh, I get it. So he was
yeah.
Lloyd or Mitchell. All right. Well, then I like Lloyd and Callahan. I'm reading that. Now I'm reading it right. Below
Mm.
Lloyd is wouldn't have been on my radar to be honest. Let me have a look. I've heard he's had a couple good weeks.
Mark reckons Rosie,
He got
Dacos,
16,
Grundy,
110.
Baz for the
Hard
top
to ar-
positions.
hard to argue with Rosie. I think Holmes is going to cop some tags. Sheasel's role is all over the shop.
I reckon Wang.
I think fucking teams. Remember, like how Dale's one of his biggest mistakes was having 50 because since he's had 50, teams have shut down on him. I am interested to see if after having 40 fucking whatever he had last week with 33 kicks, if teams are going to go right. We're not going to let Nas.
Look at his. Look at his like.
It's all
Look at all these games.
uncontested.
You'd
It is
think
all
his
uncontested.
kicking column is his disposals column. It's actually insane.
Yeah, I know. I I will go against Nas. I think teams are going to shut down, but that could be massive copium, like it was in the pod.
Yeah,
67% efficiency. I mean, they should just let
yeah.
him have it.
In terms of out, oh wow, Doc's your number one out at the moment.
Yep, that makes sense. I tell you,
Interesting.
an amazing stat is Nas had 6 turnovers from his 43, going at 67%. So how the fuck did Liam Duggan manage 12th? How was that? There is no way. 'Cause I noticed it at the game that McCarthy was a little bit like bent left, right, out. Obviously,
Mm.
because the cunt Duggan was just fucking butchering it. He pisses me off.
Oh, Tom asked, "Do you need Baz straight back in if you traded, or run
Yeah,
the gauntlet without him?" You're
nah,
best placed.
I'm bringing him back in. Um, there's been some chat about not bringing him in this week. I mean, we've seen it before. Like he's missed a game. Didn't he miss before the Eagles? No, he missed before Essendon. Was that no?
Yeah,
Yeah, he missed before Essendon. Came back 136. There was doubt before he played the Eagles 147. But
yeah.
I just eh, who do they play? Oh yeah, so he plays GWS. Do you know what he had against GWS earlier in the season?
Probably 130.
149. He had 35 kicks, 8 marks, 10 tackles, 149. And
Mm.
they tagged Holmes, who had a stinker, and GWS won. So
Mm.
I think they're tagging Holmes, and I
Yeah,
think
they will.
they will just let Baz do his thing. So I need.
Yeah,
I'm going Caleb Daniel to Baz. That's like a literal 40-point upgrade.
Mark. Mark goes. James Jordan is going to be doing his best Bonnie Blue on the weekend, all over the wang.
I don't disagree.
uh, Crew asks, "Do I hold off Sinclair, or do I consider a player like Lloyd for the extra cash for my F6?"
Okay, hang on. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Oh,
Because
so he's thinking about
oh,
trading in Sinclair or going Lloyd and saving
in the back
cash.
line, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I think Sinclair, like, he's a flat track bully, and they've got a flat track coming up after this week. So uh, I'm not trading Sinclair, and he's a guy that I'll look to bring in. I think.
yeah, yeah.
Look at
Around
that. Look at no.
around
I'm sorry.
around 20,
Even Geelong, you
or
can
maybe even next
Geelong
week.
let you rack up, and then Melbourne, North, Richmond, Essendon. It's a piss tag. Who average 120.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can hold off this week, but then
I, I
he's got to be one of the
what's
main targets the week
break-even's
after.
126. Look, if that's the window you're shopping, well, what if he goes 100 this week? Maybe he goes down 20K, and then he's a perfect break-even next week. You can do it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I had the filter on defenders, so Doherty was not the top traded out. Obviously, Corwell is.
Yeah, that
Long
makes
still
sense.
getting traded out.
Yeah, the
Zach
Schlong's got to go.
Johnson. Yeah, I
Everyone,
think you can move Zach Johnson. Oh, they got Tigers.
they've got Tigers, and he's still got a break even of 20, and we're just. What other cash? Like, obviously, I've brought in Roaston. That's. Well, and I'm lucky to have Hasty, but a lot of people might only have 2 people generating cash. So while Johnson's
Interesting.
there scoring 60s with a break even of 20, I'm going to hold off on. I'm going to squeeze the cash out of him, I think.
Yeah. Sarong. Yep, that
Got it.
is
I mean,
very
that
fair.
was a disaster holding last
Yeah,
week.
that's fucked. Yeah.
What do you say?
X, fuck, man.
Fucking hell.
X has the bloody injury sign next to him.
I know.
Like, if he's.
True, like all the word is that he's fine. But
I tell ya,
imagine, I
if
mean, that's a because he's
if
Sunday
they were
Arvo.
Geelong,
He's Sunday Arvo. So if he doesn't get up and we're copping a zero, that's just season over. If you're I mean, my season's already over, but if you're up there, it's season over if you cop that. So it's fair enough to
What
be
would you do?
stressing about it.
What would you do if you're up there? You just
Who
have
do
to back
North
it in.
play? Is there like, can you hold off on your second trade to the point where you could late,
Where's
make
the
sure you can
fixtures?
reverse it?
They play Sunday morning,
Okay.
so
Right. So then you've got the choice of Saints,
yeah,
Sydney, or Eagles.
Port. That's good. That's good. Oh wait, as in who you could bring in?
Well, because like you'd have to completely reverse your trade, right? Because you're
Marshall and
trading in the
Grundy are
ruck.
there.
So, oh yeah, but remember your second trade, right? You've got to be able to like almost roll that back. Like you've got to be able to reverse it completely. You can't trade in a
So you just
ruck
have to
for a. So you'd have to
you just have to
literally do one
set it
trade.
up.
You'd have to do one trade, keep your second, and then on that Sunday morning, if X was out, then use it on X. And then if he plays, well, then you've got to make a trade between those last six teams.
I reckon. I'm not gonna lie. I reckon that's all right. I reckon a lot of the decent trade targets are from Saints, Sydney, and I mean even like Port with like Butters in there.
I'm trying to
Saints have
think.
got McRae, Sinclair. Sydney have got Grundy, Goulden.
Yeah, so you could chase McRae,
Saints
but
have
then
Marshall.
you trade out to. Oh, it's fucking mate. That's honestly, I would have to literally spend 30 minutes planning this out if I was up there. Because
Yeah,
you're, yes, there's trade targets for sure, but then the guy you're trading out has to be on the Sunday too.
yeah. Um, what's the thoughts on Ed Richards in general?
It's
I mean,
yours.
uh, the AFL player ratings speak for themselves, mate. He's the best player in the game.
Have your data,
Nah, in terms of,
have the perfect
but
formula.
in terms of fantasy, he has been a bit of a disaster the last few weeks. So, yeah, I don't know. He's one of those players that needs like 35 to probably get a really good score. So, um, yeah, if he doesn't kick a goal and he never gets marks, so he's not the best fantasy scorer.
Can you quickly bring up the most traded out?
Yeah, yeah,
Because like I'm actually thinking because there's a couple like if there is guys up there where the like none of if you had Matt Roberts, there's an easy one. Otherwise, none of the most traded out are playing on the Sunday. Dale,
yeah.
no, he's not Sunday. Kara, he's not Sunday. So like,
You'd have to
I
reverse your call. Like, say you had Caldwell,
you,
you'd have to reverse the Caldwell trade
well, like you do,
and
well,
cop
I
like
would no,
McCarthy.
no. Well, I would do Caldwell as my first, right? And I would just hold off on my second. But Lord knows who you're trading out to do that trade if X plays.
Mm,
Great chef. That's that's tough. Like
fuck.
you could dump Sinclair if you wanted, but then we're saying not to do that. So and Saints have such a good run. Petraka, you could offload Petraka,
People have Jackson, so they can swap him into the ruck.
but yeah,
No, you can't.
well,
You can't because he would
yeah,
have played.
yeah. It's yeah. If X, you is it almost better to? I think it's actually better to just go. Nah, fuck it. X is playing, and if he's out, fuck this game. Because otherwise, you
Hopefully,
probably if he played, then you're wasting your second trade. Because I don't see like an
mm,
obvious trade out there. So
mm,
yeah,
yeah,
tough. What are you looking at
that's pretty hectic.
trades wise?
Trades.
Hmm.
Um, I'm looking at. Well, I've got Caldwell, so he's currently going to Butters,
Yep.
and I've got Rankin as well, currently going to McRae.
I mean that's nice. So I have
But
yeah.
yeah, I could go like the sort of Loman to Martin thing to do like a loopy, but I think I'd rather just bring in
No, no, no.
McRae
Fuck
and
that.
yeah.
That's
What about
ultra
you, mate?
luxury. That's if you have a perfect team.
Yeah.
Caldwell
Yeah.
Butters as well, and I had fucking 600k because I traded Baz out. So
Yeah.
Caleb Daniel is going to Baz. I know everyone's trading out Sam. Well, a lot of people are trading out Sam Darcy. I would rather Sam Darcy in my side than Caleb Daniel, and it's not even close. There's two. There's two ways to look at this, right? Either you're looking at it saying he had 3 quarters and scored 20, you got away with it. You can't own a bloke that scored 20 in 3 quarters, and it's fair enough. The other way you can look at it is to say this is a bloke that can score fucking 65 points in one term. I reckon there's about three of
Yeah.
those guys in the comp. So what if he
Yeah.
puts a few of those quarters together? There's a 150. That's all I'm saying.
Mm,
Like he's got to sit. Like
yeah.
Caleb
Fair.
Daniel is a 70 to a 90, whereas Darcy's a 40 to a 160. Probably
I like that.
looking at his average. Looking at his average. Of course, we take out his concussion, then he's still averaging almost 100.
Yeah. No, he's been great.
He's averaging about 94, 95. So,
It'll
um,
be interesting against the Crows this week. Mark
well,
Keane, and then they've got Worrell and that.
this will be a good test. Like you look at it, he turned up against Collingwood, scored 128 against Freo at
Yeah.
Optus, went 82 against Brisbane. Um, so like, yeah, this will be a good test. If he goes 50,
It will be.
yeah, and then he's playing Brisbane, it'll be fair. Okay, fair enough. I should probably look at moving
Yeah.
him on, but I'll give
Yeah.
the big fella this week.
Um, should I trade out Ed Richards for Jake Lloyd, or is there another midfielder I should get?
No, no, no. We're not doing Ed Richard. That's a massive downgrade.
Yeah, yeah. Go
Go
if you're gonna move Ed Richards, go to like Butters or someone.
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
Help me out here. Was he full halfback kick-ins? Because if not, I'm not interested. If it was like Jake
I think he's
Lloyd,
wing.
10-year throwback, sure. But I thought he was wing. Nah,
Yeah, no, he's
no,
wing.
no kick-ins. So we're not getting Jake Lloyd. He had 20 touches, 9 marks, 4 tackles, 2 goals. I fucking would
Yeah.
bet a decent amount of money he never does that again in his career. Like, come on. Jake Lloyd is
Yeah.
not an
No,
option.
it's fair.
We're not doing that.
Yeah. There you go, Crew. He's dagger to the heart, mate. But yeah, go another midfielder. Like go more premium options.
Well,
Butters is probably our number one.
if you want me to sit on the fence, I can. But it's Jake
No,
Lloyd.
I rate that. I rate that. Are we keeping Doc? I currently am.
Yeah, I am too. I had a look. He was still down back last week. If I noticed he'd been shifted again, I would have had an issue. But he had kick-ins in the third and fourth quarter. So
Yeah,
yes,
free.
it was tough. But until he officially plays a game and gets shifted in his role, I'm going to keep him.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
and until he'll be on the block for me next week to go to Whitfield. Um, but this week, no, I'm happy to give him this week. Well,
Tom
I don't really
reckons
have a
Luke
choice.
Lock. It's actually probably a shout.
Well, if you've got McCarthy on the bench, yeah. Doesn't McCarthy have a tough fixture? Like,
Port.
so what are you taking from Doc? I'm probably an 80. Even
Yeah.
like a
Oh, 100%.
taking on like a 75 could fucking burn you. So,
They
but
got the
yes, no,
teams out for the.
it's fair enough to loop him.
They interesting. Akers has got omitted.
I tell you what's funny.
So who's going to be on the wing?
I don't think I haven't had to take a fucking VC score since bloody well, because I've got used to buys. You can just automatically do it
Mm.
with buy players, and I didn't take my VC
Oh
last
yeah,
week. So if you do need to
setting
take a
it up with
VC, you are going to need to tee up someone in your emergency too.
with the loops.
So no, looping Doc's a good idea unless you're like me and you're covering him with Angus Hasty. It was good last week.
Um, I'm a little concerned about Doc. Could he be wing?
What do you mean? What, this week?
Well,
Well,
they dropped Akers and they brought
yeah,
in Chincotta.
well, but Chincotta's not playing back.
He's not playing wing, surely.
No. I mean, he could be wing, obviously. I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't have if I didn't have Caldwell, Doc would go. Doc was always the plan to go. And if you already,
Motherfucker.
100% you can do Doc. But wait, who are the two guys you're going out?
Rankin
Rankin.
Caldwell.
No, come on. Rankin shit ass.
Well, he's a forward, right?
Yeah, and McRae's better. Right, so you could do
Yeah.
Doc to, or could you do Doc to Golden? You could consider that.
No,
Oh, well
no, I
then,
couldn't.
like, because then where would you be shopping? Doc to Merritt.
I could
How
go
do you
someone
group up
like
Merritt?
I could
Doc
go
to,
I could I could go anyone that's like 1.06 or less. So I could
it'd
go
have to
like
be like
Lockie
a,
Ash or
have to be as Ash or Zorko.
yeah,
Mm. Or no, it'd have to be Whitfield. No, you do Whitfield, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd
No,
be
I'll
personally
go
happy. I'm personally
McRae,
happy
but
with Rankin out of my side.
yeah. Um, we got away with that on the weekend. Okay, captains. Oh wait,
Mm.
what's your trade? So just to quickly follow up, your trades are you're going Baz and
Yeah,
Butters for
my trade's pretty much done for me.
Daniel.
Caldwell
Yeah,
to Butters and Daniel to Baz. Yep.
yeah. Okay, and then captains. What are you currently thinking?
I literally haven't looked. So please start with your thoughts as I first check the fixtures for the first time this week.
Well, as my phone goes toppling over, yeah, obviously Essendon against Richmond is the fixture to look at there. So,
They've been playing
I think,
weird the last couple of weeks, Essendon. Like when they last played Richmond, they were chipping. It was chippy chippy. There's no more chippy chippy.
mm,
I reckon in the last
I
month
think
they've barely chipped.
I want Dacos if he wasn't unwell would have been a fucking walk up for the.
I mean,
He probably still
he's been
is.
training, right? I think he came back to train. You back that in.
Yeah, I
I,
think the fact that his form here, you
the thing
probably
is,
got to.
I like it. I like to watch my VC run around on a Thursday or a Friday. That plays a
Yeah.
factor.
Oh, it has to. Has
Watching
to.
Dacos on Friday against Gold Coast without him VC'd just could be a poor decision. I think it's him for me.
Yeah, and then yeah,
So Chincotta's coming in to tag Zorko. I'm taking it as
and then
that's got to happen.
probably a Rosie or a Butters, or and then Merritt's obviously. If you got him, he's probably right up there.
Oh, I've just been catching up on the chat. Getting if you can get Golden in for Ed Richards, don't worry about leaving money in the bank. You just do that.
Yeah,
They got into Roz. Who does so? Oh, Rosie has the Eagles.
Eagles not
No, we
not the
always had it.
easiest.
I mean, Rosie, he's going to be a walk up 110, 120 though.
Yeah, he is. He's the kind of
He's
guy
a
that
safe
will.
backup.
Yeah, he'll be the outlier on that. I reckon he'll. Fuck
I
me.
think it's Dacos into Nick Martin for me. I think as much as I said I can't give him the armband again, for a bloke that is capable of going 160.
Yeah,
Like who else do I have in my side that's capable of going 160? Fucking nobody. Dawson against the Dogs.
that's
Dawson head to
Butters or
head
Ross for captain.
with Bond and Pelly because the Dogs don't tag. Nah, Dawson's not done anything.
I like Butters. Butters will be a good one as
Yeah,
well.
Butters
Be
is a good
interesting
one
to
too.
see what the captain experts come out with.
Well, I've got half of Port side because I'm keeping Bergman because he plays the Eagles. So Berg
There.
stays. I've got Rozzy. Butters, and I've got Hornback. So I'm fucking
Mm.
loaded up. Hopefully they absolutely spank us.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably it. Unless anyone in the chat has any questions before we jump off.
Less abuse coming my way this week without Simon. No mention of Briggs. That's good. We're moving in the right
He
direction.
did. He did mention Briggs in the chat
But like
today. Actually,
seriously, I hope he
yeah.
brings him in.
What's their run like for the ruck?
I don't think it matters.
Oh my god, the ruck run for Sydney. It's just goated.
Is it? No, it can't be.
It is.
That's really testing my eyesight. But
Oh, sorry.
no. I mean, it's just the Discord setup. I swear I could make that bigger last week. Oh, they're at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a piss take. He goes. Oh my
Yeah.
god, Grundy goes Geelong West Coast to finish, and he plays. Oh, so I need Grundy in. Going to Grundy was just a no brainer. I think Gordon Grundy is your one too, pretty clearly for the rest of the year.
GWS have Geelong Essendon.
Yeah, if Charity was out, that might have done me a favour because I just would have done Charity Grundy and been done with it.
Riggsy.
I mean, I
Fuck.
tell you, if everyone else has Gordon Grundy and you've got Kieran Briggs in your side, you're going to be getting fucked every week. I'm sorry.
Oh, mate. What if he went like 120, 120, and then you just move him up?
How many trades a week do we have? Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair comment. Fair comment.
How many weeks to go now? 7?
7.
7 too many.
Yep. Yeah. Wow. Those rucks. That's scary. Scary hours.
Grundy
All
hour.
right.
It's fair enough.
Is there
All
anything
right.
else you wanted to mention, mate, before we jump
Um,
off?
nah, nah. Butters, Jack Martin, they were the main 2 points I had. Like I literally hadn't really thought about it, but that was good. I think we
Yeah.
covered
Always good.
everything. I don't think we
Yeah. Good.
looked at anyone's trades this week. That'd be
Hopefully
good.
not. Yeah. Look forward to hearing how everyone goes. There was a couple pretty good
Yeah, it's a
scores.
fucking
Oh, as
nah.
West,
Can we have some 2500s?
yeah.
Like we haven't had
Well, the
one
20
week yet. Everyone's got completed teams, and yet we're not seeing any of that.
round winner got 2,500.
Yeah, but I mean, I want it like
As West
there's
Coast supporters, will Elliot Yeo be on next year's preseason list?
yep.
Yes, if he doesn't break down in preseason.
If he is named round
Which,
one,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Apparently, he's targeting a return late this year. That would be interesting.
yeah. I,
What did he
I
actually?
saw that
Hmm.
he was
Sorry,
like
gone.
to be announced or something. It was like no, it was TBC. He's on this week's
Right.
injury
I mean,
update for his
like,
ankle.
we need fucking something. Like,
Mm.
it actually is at the point where it's worth us bringing him in. Do you know what? I've just had a look at it. You know how fantasy does their bullshit system. Unless he's not going to play enough games for this season to count, so he's going to be priced at 91 with then the discount. So he'll be like 70s at least. So actually, maybe not.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't realize he played 20 games and averaged 91 last year.
He was good last year.
Wow. There you go.
Alrighty,
Yep.
that might do us.
Sweet. Good luck this week, mate. Break it. I want to see
Yeah,
you in the
you
top
too.
1,000.
Yep, 10 spots off it,
Actually,
so we'll see how we go.
Mark, what's your rank at?
Oh yeah, Mark's our
He's
great
up
white
there.
hope, isn't he?
He is
And
up there.
he went Myers as well instead of Caldwell.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're all cheering for Mark here.
Yeah, it feels weird wanting someone to do well. It's different. I like it. Top 400. Yes. That's still on.
300 spots to chip away at. Love it. All right,
All right.
guys. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Yeah, speak on Sunday night.
Yes. Look forward to the pod. All right.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye bye.